EA Sports.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Hey, what's up dudes? Staxers here, and welcome back to my NHL franchise mode with the Vancouver Canucks here. And in today's episode, it's going to be a little different. Now, I didn't get too many comments in the last upload there, or many suggestions, so most of this is going to be all on me this episode. But yeah, if you'd like to leave a comment, or you'd like to suggest something for the future uploads, you're more than welcome to, because I do take every comment into consideration, and I for sure will put your comment on screen if you really want me to. But other than that, we're gonna jump into this upload. So actually, we have quite a bit of trades to make, and then we also got to make a huge signing here in the free agency. I'm hoping that a top left winger is available, and then maybe even a top left-handed defenseman if we have to make that kind of move. But we do have Levy coming up as a top left-handed defenseman. I've decided to keep him. Alrighty, so before I do anything, I do want to go over the suggestions that were made in the comment section below. The first one comes from Trey Mangat, and he says you need to keep Levy. He is your first line left-handed defenseman. If you trade him, you need to draft another left-handed defenseman to replace him. And I totally agree with you. We will see who is available in this draft, and if there is a left-handed defenseman, then maybe I will replace Levy there. But if not, we're going to go for the best player available, because I feel like the upcoming year actually is going to be a competitive year. Thatcher Demko is becoming more poised, and he's starting to grow for me there. And then we have a lot of younger players like Elias, Petterson and whatnot starting to grow also. So we have a really big year coming up for us, you guys. And then the second suggestion comes from Zach Kranz, and it says put Petterson on the first line for 10 games. So I'm going to be doing a lot of testing out this preseason. And then if I have enough time available for the rest of the upload, if we don't finish there, then I will do the first 10 games with Elias Petterson on the first line. And we will experiment with them. I mean, he had the most points for us this previous year, and a year that we were considered rebuilders still. Yeah, anyway, so those were the only suggestions left in the comment section below. Once again, I'd like to mention, if you have a suggestion, you want me to do something specific with this Vancouver team that I got going here, don't be afraid to comment. Once again, I look at every comment, and I usually reply to, so don't be afraid to comment there. So we're going to look at the point leaders from last year quickly, so let's go ahead and do that. As you can tell, the record was completely terrible. So Elias Petterson led the Vancouver Canucks in points. That's not really a surprise. Elias Pettersson is really good and an upcoming player. He's an absolute stud for the Vancouver Canucks, and in reality, he's actually doing phenomenal. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Canucks because I don't follow the team specifically, but I am following them somewhat. I look at their highlights and whatnot. But yeah, so the goal this year, like I said, is to get a left-handed or a left winger, someone that can play with Elias Petterson and Brock Boeser, and that way Sven Baertschi isn't playing so much ice time. He is only a second line sniper, so we're gonna use him in the position he's supposed to be used for. And then I'm having thoughts about getting rid of Goaltender here. I'm gonna see if that's an option. If we have a second line right winger available at free agency, or we have a trade that could make the Vancouver Canucks better, then we're gonna go for that trade. Bo Horvat, he's probably gonna be second line center if Elias Petterson works out. If not, then we're gonna use him as a first liner. Leipzig, I plan on trading him and replacing him at free agency with a playmaking left winger. He was minus 18, so I don't really plan on using him this year. Boucher, he's a depth left winger, and he actually had 31 points, so he actually did pretty good for us for depth left winger. We'll probably be keeping Boucher. Jake Virtanen, we are going to find him a left winger for the third line. Granlund will keep, and so on, so on. We will go more in depth with all this stuff come contract signing. Okay, so looking at the awards here, as you can tell, we got a funny little pattern going here. It looks like it. So if you look at 2015, 2016, it goes Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh the next year, Washington, and then Pittsburgh again, and then Washington. So this is kind of a back and forth thing that they got going. I don't understand why this is happening, but that's kind of a thing. Player awards. Patrick Laine, Art Ross, Scheifele got the Hart. Carl Erickson, Wait, did I just call him? Oh my god. That's a total fail. I'm gonna keep that in here. Erik Karlsson, Carl Erickson. You know what? Actually, maybe I'll go with that. I'm gonna go with that. That's gonna be his new nickname. So, Carl Erickson, James Norris, Mitch Marner, Lady Bing, Philip Zadina got the Calder. Wow, that's pretty good actually. Conn Smythe goes to Ovi, Vezina goes to Hopi, William Jennings goes to Matt Murray, Bill Masterton goes to Lucas Spisa, Frank J. Selke goes to Connor McJesus, Ted Lindsay goes to Mike Scheifele once again, Maurice Richard goes to John Tavares. So there you have it. Okay, so we got 7th overall pick in the upcoming draft here. I did go over this in the last upload, but we're gonna quickly browse through it quickly. We're gonna figure out which one's 7th. So we got a Sentiment who's supposed to go 7th overall. Apparently he's made him elite, and he has a similar style to Jor Thornton, so that could be of use to me. But do we really need another Sentiment? We're quite a bit of Sentiment in our system there, so let's kind of look here. Matt Mullen, Nelson Mullen, right wing, Quebec Ramparts. He's only top 6. We got Silas Hopkins, related to Nugent Hopkins, of course. The best available left winger is Robin Gauck. Then he looks like he did pretty decent. He seems to be from Germany. Then we got an enforcer. Wow, that's Jay Baumeister. He's medium elite, but I'd imagine he's either gonna be top 4 or top 6. But you never know with that one. I can't imagine picking him though. We have enough left-handed defensemen. Well, yeah, can we replace your Levy this upcoming draft? Justice Engel. Let's see. -2. He had an average of 17 minutes on ice. He's only 18 years old. Playing for the National League. I don't like how it doesn't show this stuff. It should show this stuff, so we have an idea on how good he is when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, so we got quite a bit of players to search through here. I should have worked a little better on my scouting, but we'll do that in the upcoming year here. Okay. Okay, so we sort of have an idea on... See, I want to trade up in the draft too, if that's possible. Louis Latman. It's also possible we get Vladimir Vorobov. He's only top 6, but you never know. Could turn out to be a good player. Okay, so we're going to jump into this. I think I've wasted enough time on this opening segment. We got quite a bit to do this upload, so let's go ahead and build the Vancouver Canucks team for the upcoming year. Wow, I got 2. Okay, is that the only one? Or do I have another one? Totally forgot I have another first round pick. Is Montreal willing to give this up? Nope. So we're not going to go after that because they're not willing to give it up. Nope, that ain't going to happen. Ottawa, probably not. Nah, no chance. Detroit? Can I get one from Detroit? No. 5th overall. Boston doesn't want to give up 5th overall. I don't see the purpose of trading up if we're only traded up one spot. Okay, so no one wants to give up anything, so let's maybe make a different trade. Let's see who's available from the trade block there. Okay, dude, so I was just kind of looking at something here quickly. Levy, I am going to keep him. I had thoughts about getting rid of him, but I am going to keep him. And then we also have Weston Skinner here, who was also medium and late, but the thing is I don't really like his overall, to be honest. 52 overall at 19 years old. We will try to grow him for this year, and if he doesn't seem to grow fast, then we're more than likely going to trade him off for someone bigger, but yeah, that's kind of the plan with that. Huh. Well, that worked. So now we have Evander Kane, and he is actually from Vancouver. He is going to be a first line left winger. Cool. Okay. Well, that works. So I managed to get Evander Kane there in a trade. I traded off a low top 4 defenseman, and then I also traded off 2 second-round picks, one from this year, one from next year. So I didn't even have to get rid of these 2 picks, which is pretty good. We got Evander Kane now. He is our top left winger. Bleh. He is our top left winger. And I'm pretty excited for that because he is from Vancouver. He was born and raised there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that should be exciting for the upcoming year. Let's go ahead and sim this pick, and then let's make our pick. Okay, so let's see. Will this be the right option? He lacks size, but he is a medium elite. Jor Thornton. We already have Elias Petterson. I don't see the purpose of getting another centerman, to be honest. We also have Silas Hopkins. No similar style. This is gonna be a tough one, you guys. It's gonna be a really tough one. We got 2 picks, so we have 2 chances to get a medium elite player here. Daniel Ronning. This is gonna be a tough one, for sure. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the best player available. He's supposed to go 7th. I'm gonna go with that. In my next pick, I'm gonna make sure I pick someone for needs, pretty much. Yeah, let's go with Ed D. Salvatore. He is from the QMJHL. He is 18 years old. He's only 5'9", 175 pounds, so fairly small. He isn't exactly Darnay's height, but well, maybe he is. What is Darnay's height? I don't know. I know Darnay is really small. He has a similar style to Jor Thornton, so I imagine he might be a medium elite player. Wouldn't go with them. Let's do it. So for his 7th overall selection, we got Ed D. Salvatore. I like that name. D. Salvatore would be the name that would be written on his jersey there. Welcome to the Vancouver Canucks, Ed D. Salvatore. Let's see what we can do with you. Okay, so I don't plan on making any other transactions. Kane being moved to Vancouver Canucks is one of the bigger transactions that will happen this year. The rest will be kind of minor stuff, third liners and stuff like that. Mostly free agency signing is going to be where we'll acquire most of our players this year. But let's go ahead and continue the draft. So Matt Mullen is Matt Mullen. Why do I keep saying Matt Mullen? Nelson Mullen is picked at 8th overall. We're gonna go ahead and pick the 9th overall pick here. And it looks like Hopkins supposed to go 8th overall, but his CS ranking is 9th. Let's see, Angle, we can go with Justice Angle. There's Weirkosh. Gawk. That kind of sounds odd. Dmitry Denisov. He's supposed to be medium elite, but I don't know about this one. Jay Bowmeister. Jay Bowmeister, you don't say. Yeah, this guy's more of a shutdown defenseman, if anything. Good for shutting it down. Stanislav Latipov. Who is the best available left winger? Apparently this guy is. Doesn't have many points though. He doesn't have too much time on the ice. That's a big decision. Oh, this guy shoots left. Weakness, injury prone, character, and shot utilization. He has quite a bit of goals, wow. 58 points in 64 games played. He's a plus 27. That's pretty good. Once again, it doesn't show this stuff. Time on ice. Short-handed goals. 1. He has 13 power play points. Wow. Okay, this guy looks like he can... You know what, I'm going to go for him. Silas Hopkins, welcome to the Vancouver Canucks. Let's hope he's medium elite. So we don't have any picks in the second round or in this up round anymore. So we're going to go ahead and go to the third round there and make our pick. And who shall it be? Let's see. Rocky Pelech. You know, I like that name. I really like that name, to be honest. Alexei Morozov. Rocky Pelech. You know, let's go with Rocky Pelech. He's from America, so we might have some chemistry with the recent pick we had. What was it, Silas Hopkins or something like that? Yeah, let's go with our Rocky Pelech. There you have it. Low elite. That's more than guaranteed that he's a low elite. Sim to the next pick, which is in the 4th round. Let's see. What do we have here? No way. No way. Medium. I'm going for this. There's no way I'm missing out on this one. Make pick. Medium elite goaltender. I think that's more than guaranteed on that one too. Wow, we're looking at some possible steals here, my dudes. Let's go for this guy, Rhett Reinhardt. He's a bust, apparently. Let's see what else is there. What else is there? Another possible medium elite, but I'm not gonna go for another goaltender. I think we're pretty set with Thatcher Demko and the recent goaltender that we just picked. Nope, not anyone really interesting at the moment. Let's just go with someone from up here. Caleb De Silva. There's a left winger right here. Jorg Knutson. What a name. Why not Jorg Knutson? Chip Chura. Jacob Siklenka. That's a pretty sick name. You know what? We're gonna go with the left winger. Well, maybe we'll go with the left-handed defenseman. Have we picked one yet? If we go with the left-handed defenseman, that means we can definitely get rid of that medium elite defenseman. And especially if this guy turns out to be a low elite defenseman, because this guy might grow even better than that medium elite. Because that medium elite is at 52 overall. I know in like maybe 3 years he'll be NHL ready, but at that time he's going to be at least 20, 22 or something like that. I don't know. It's a big gamble with that character. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick this guy. And we'll see if we can get rid of that defenseman if this guy turns out. Okay, so next pick. So 5th round, Josh Eager. Medium elite. He has good shot utilization. He has good reach. I think I'm going to go with this guy. Yeah, I'm going to go with him. We need the left wingers in our system at the moment, so we're going to go with them. Well, I guess we don't want to forget that we also need some right wingers. So we can get a steal, hopefully. What's this? Angelo Norton. Has a pro mentality already at a young age. That's really good. His skating, mobility, and foot speed. So basically his skating is his biggest weakness. Other than that, he's good at defensive zone play. He has a good character and he's good at shot blocking. I think I'm gonna go with this guy. I think so. If I go with this guy, I mean we can make a trade always for like a right winger to grow off of in the AHL. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Norton there. And maybe this next pick, you never know, 6th round, we can pull something off hopefully and get a nice right winger. Let's see, Ryan Stepien, nope, that's not gonna happen. Brandon Cole. Wow, this guy's a really long neck. This guy's like in competition with Elias Petterson. It's pretty crazy. E2 Mackey. He's age 20, so this guy might actually turn out to be something maybe. But he lacks creativity and he's 20 years old. He doesn't have many points at all. Maybe not him. You know what? No, we're gonna go with the best player available. We'll do that. We will do that. Let's see here if we have anyone good. We'll go with Lindback. Oh, yeah, Lindback. Why not? So Mats Lindback, Swedish player, taken in the 6th round. So sim to next pick. Why would I do that? I don't get that. You know, as much as I want to make this pick, I don't really want it, but I'm gonna do it just to finish off this draft. I mean, I'm on a roll here. Come on now. Might as well. Let's get a medium backup so we can like trade him off or something. Hopefully. Just want to get the best potential players here. Not really looking for positioned players wise, whatever. There you go. Here's someone. Me or low top 9. So that should be it for this draft then. Yep, kind of as I thought. There you go. So Ed D. Salvatore, Hopkins, and Pellick are kind of the highlights of this draft. I don't know if anyone else is going to turn out to be a gem or anything, but you never know. Let's go ahead and continue the simulation. So as you can tell, acquiring Evander Kane is already looking like a really good acquisition for me. I mean, Evander Kane is from Vancouver, by the way, once again, I'd like to mention again. So it's going to be fun simulating with Evander Kane on the first line with Boeser and Elias Petterson, and we'll see how he turns out there, playing for his hometown team. Alrighty, dude. So going into the contracts, kind of have an idea on what I want to do here. Chris Tanev, I definitely want to keep this guy around. Looking at his stats. Let's see in the first year is a +7, but like kind of starting to decline. That one's a decision. Antoine Stroman. Okay, so definitely we'll qualify Nikolai Goldobin, and then we are gonna keep Granlund, I think. How do you do? -14. How's his face-offs? His face-offs aren't really good, to be honest. He is in his prime. No, we're gonna actually get rid of Granlund. So I apologize, Granlund. I know you want an extension, but you're not really doing too well for Vancouver, and I don't like your face-off. Good luck in your future endeavors. We'll actually check up where you end up there. But other than that, see you later, Granlund. Okay, so Jake Virtanen, we're definitely gonna offer him a contract. He's still a fairly young player. A good third-line right winger that we can grow off of. Leipzig, we're gonna trade him. We're gonna qualify him, but we're gonna trade him right away. DeMello. That was a tough one. Do we want DeMello? Well, we can keep DeMello and then get rid of Biega. I think that would be the plan here. I also think maybe getting rid of Brandon Sutter would be a good idea. So for depth reasons, let's keep, or maybe not actually. I don't know, that's a tough one. We're gonna qualify Jeremy Wall. We'll make a decision in a bit here on DeMello. Boucher, I think as a depth player, we can definitely use him. Levy, that's pretty straightforward. We're not gonna buy him out, of course. Release Biega, I think. Let's see what our defense looks like. Yeah, let's release Biega. So Biega, I apologize. You will no longer be with the Vancouver Canucks franchise. Let's release him. Maybe you should have been released Wallow, but that's okay. Qualify Dano. Let's qualify Lemieux. Stecher will also qualify, and then we can maybe even trade him off. Tyler Mod, we can qualify him. Maybe I should be looking at this like this. Yeah, that's probably a better way to look at it. So left wingers. So it's gonna be Evander Kane, Bertuzzi. We're gonna trade off Leipzig and maybe get a left winger free agency that can play with Virtanen and our third line centerman, whoever that is. Boucher can play fourth line, or Lindbaum, or Lemieux, or Mott. We got quite a bit of options here, actually. Let's qualify him. Well, no, let's offer him a contract. I mean, 23 years of age. We'll probably get rid of Mott. I think I'm going to trade Mott off for sure. We definitely want to give more ice time to Gadrovic and Kirkland here, I guess. Okay, so center depth wise, so the plan is it's gonna be either Elias, Petterson, or Bo Horvat playing the first line, but either or, one of the two are gonna play in either or position, so we don't have to sign anyone in that position. Brandon Sutter, we'll probably trade him off while retaining some of his salary there. He is only a fourth line centerman. We no longer need Brandon Sutter. Adam Gaudette, well, we're gonna try Adam Gaudette on the fourth line for sure. That's definitely going to be one of the ideas this year. Or Jonathan Dallin, one of the two. Ewin. He's only 23. His age, I mean, you know what? No, why not? Qualify him. Why not? And then we have Sokolov, Seal. We're definitely going to sign Salvador. He was our 7th overall pick. We'll see what he turns out to be. Nick Petty, I don't plan on keeping him, to be honest. Right wingers, we got Boeser, Goaltender, who's on the second line, and the reason I don't want to keep Goaltender, to be honest, is because his poise isn't very good, but other than that, he looks pretty solid as a player. Maybe we'll give him a chance one more year this year, and if he doesn't turn out, then we'll, yeah, you know, actually, yeah, one more year. One more year for Goaltender, and we will see if he turns out for us. Rantanen already offered a contract to him. Dano, we got all these right wingers down below. Cozens will probably be maybe our fourth line right winger, but we might use him as an AHL prospect because he hasn't played in the AHL yet. Maybe giving him some ice time down there might help him out. Colin, Nick Henry. Not too much down here. We're gonna go ahead and also get Silas Hopkins in here. See what he turns out to be. Okay, so defensive wise, Chris Tanner, Stroman, and then we have Heightened and Derek Pouliot. Jeremy Watt for sure is gonna be back. I don't know why I didn't offer him a contract. He is definitely a very good puck moving defenseman. And I think he's going to work pretty well with your Levy here. Brisbois will offer him a contract. He'll play in the lower leagues as a top lefty. Stecher will probably trade off. Brick will be the top right. Jet Wu will play top 4 in the AHL. Ashton Sodner will probably release him. We won't get anything good back for him, to be honest. Okay, Sheffield, we don't need him either. Maxim Ludjoy, we'll probably use him as the third lefty. If not, then we'll use someone else. Most likely Skinner. I'm not going to sign him, I don't think. We'll release him. Don't need this guy. Okay, looking at the ice time and the games play, I think I'm going to give Rocky Pellick a chance here. Out of the 3 defensemen. Plus, we need a right-handed defenseman for that third line there, so we're going to go with that. Okay, lastly is the goaltenders. Markstrom, we're going to probably sign him to 1 year. At $2 million, I guess. Even though he wants the extension, we'll give him a little bit of a raise. Hopefully he actually does come back. Bachman will release because we have Lindgren. I don't remember getting this guy. We got 2 DiPietros here. You know, the storyline here can be that Michael DiPietro and Bradley DiPietro are brothers. Even though one's from America and one's from Canada. Let's pretend like we didn't see that. Yeah, so the DiPietro brothers who live in 2 different countries. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Anyways, that's who we're gonna be using for our goaltenders there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what? Because I like Chris Tanner and his defensive stats, and he's been a Canuck for quite a while, we're going to get him back for 4 more years, or 2 more years, at $5 million and... or $5,975. Let's do that for 2 more years. And then Dillon DeMello will sign him just as depth, I guess. And then we'll trade Stecher off. Or actually, maybe not. How do you do, actually? +4, 24 games played. Nah, we don't need him. We don't need him. Let's release him. Why not? So release Dillon, DeMello, and then I think that's it for the signing. Other than I think I'll sign Sandstrom. Yeah, I'll sign Sandstrom. Yeah, I think he's a medium elite. But yeah, other than that, that's basically everybody. Let's see who comes back and who doesn't. So Lindbaum, Boucher declined though. Markstrom, Tanev declined. Vertanen, everybody else said yes. Tanev, don't be stingy, man. You know what, we're gonna give him 1 year. We'll give him 1 year at 6,275. Why not? That might be a bit over what he's worth, but that's okay. Boucher, you also don't be stingy. You know, actually, let's look at the left wingers. We have 4 different players that can play in that position. I'm gonna get rid of Boucher. I apologize, but Boucher, you're gone. It's just Tanev we gotta get, hey? Yep, just Tanev. Just Christopher Tanev is being stingy. Advanced day. Hey, look at that. Oh, look at that one too. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Oh, come on now. Tanev. Buddy. Enough with that. This is my last offer. If he doesn't accept this, I am not going over this because he doesn't deserve more than this. 6,500,000. Final offer. And if not, we're going to free agency. I'm sorry, buddy, but we're going to free agency. He still doesn't want to sign. He actually doesn't want to sign. Like, this is for real. This is actually happening. You know what? We're going to free agency. And the reason we're doing that is because he might be cheaper at free agency. And I don't want to sign him for as much as he's asking for. There's no way I'm going over that. There's no way. So we're going to go to free agency, guys. Let's do this. Alrighty, so free agency, guys. Who do we have available? Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall is available. But we already got Evander Kane. Alrighty, dude, so free agency, you already know what's up. Chris Tanev is no longer a Vancouver Canuck. He wouldn't agree to any contracts that I wanted to offer him. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to find a different right-handed defenseman. Someone that would maybe be even better than Chris Tanev here. So I was looking at one of the players, and one of them is Tyson Berry. He's only 28 years old, so I mean, this would be a really good pickup by us. And I want to go for Alex Pietrangelo because he is a top 2 pairing defenseman. And he's better than Tyson Berry, but 54 points. Let's see. Let's actually look at this quickly. 47 points. He had 57 points before, so he could hit that again, possibly. Looking at Pietrangelo one more time. The most points Pietrangelo has had is 62 points in the previous season before. Is he declining? Maybe. I mean, he only had 54 points and he was only a +6 this upcoming year, and he's 30 years old. His time on ice was reduced, and it continues to get reduced, so maybe it's a good idea to go after Tyson Berry. Look at his time on ice. He's had the most time on ice like last year. So he basically just hit his prime. You know what? I am going to go ahead. I'm going to sign Tyson Berry. Tyson Berry, he wants 4 years. 4 years at 5.875. Maybe 4 years at $6 million. 4 years at $6 million, and hope that he does sign with us. If not, we have a bunch of different options here for a top 4 right-hand defenseman, so it's not too big of a deal that we had to sign Tyson Berry, but he is the best available option for us. Dadonov. See, we could also replace our second line right winger, because he was like a minus. What was he? What was Goaltender? Goaltender was like a minus 20 something, I think. I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong about that, but we're gonna quickly give it a gander. So right wingers, Goaltender. Yeah, it was like a minus 18, so he was almost a minus 20. Although he is only 24 years of age, so he could continue to grow, and he has good chemistry with Boeser, Boucher, and Granlund. And you see, Boeser, he had 65 points last season, and then he had 57 this season. So we definitely he definitely has to turn it around here, hopefully. Okay, alright, dude. So not only are we gonna go after right-hand defenseman to replace Chris Tanev, we're also gonna pick up a left-handed or left winger. And who I was looking at, I mean, we don't want to take away ice time from Evander Kane or Sven Berchi on the top 2 lines there, so I'm thinking of a third liner here, and I feel like the best option would be Connoisseur, because Connoisseur, he did win the cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins, so he has that experience and that will to win a cup. So if we're a contender this year, he'll definitely be of help to us, Connoisseur. And I'm pretty sure he's Canadian too. No, he's not Canadian. He's American. That's okay though. We can still go ahead and send him a 2-year contract. I like this contract. We'll make it $3,575 for 2 years. Okay, so now that Granlund is gone, maybe we can get a sentiment in here. And I'm not thinking of like a third line sentiment to be exact. I know we got Elias, Petterson, and Boeser to take the 2 positions in the top pairing, but I'm kind of feeling like getting someone big here. Let's see. We can try Jor Thornton out, 40 years of age. And the reason I want to try Jor Thornton out is because good face-offs. He has the experience. He's been in the league for quite a while. 53.34 face-off percentage. So he does win quite a bit of face-offs and takes quite a bit of them. Maybe he could help out in that factor there. He only had 43 points last season, and it was a -4, so not too sure. Previous season he had 64 points, so should we go ahead and grab Jor Thornton? He was a first overall pick. I never knew that, actually. You know what? I don't know, actually. We got Charlie Coyle also. I mean, if we look at his face-off percentage, he's an actual third line. Only 50. Maybe not, actually. Ryan Spooner, 48. That's not too good. Mikko Koivu, 58. Wow. He had 55 points and he was a +7. So he's a little younger than Jor Thornton, and he was playing on the second forward line last season. You know, why not? Yeah, let's bring in Mikko Koivu. Yeah, we're doing this. We're gonna only give him 1 year, but for $4,500,000, and hopefully he says yes. So other than that, we don't have many other people that we want to bring in from free agency there. So we're going to go ahead and simulate ahead, and I'll finish off whatever remainder signings I have to do. I mean, they're usually just minor signings, and we'll simulate up to the start of the season. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, so Tyson Berry didn't agree to the contract that I sent him. We're gonna have to grab someone else here. Travis Hammond. Oh, this one's gonna be really interesting. Travis Hammond to the Vancouver Canucks, picked off from free agency. He was playing for Calgary for a bit there, and now he's gonna be playing for the Vancouver Canucks. Let's see how that works out. Travis Hammond. Let's do this. 4 years. How about 2 years at 5,850? I don't know if that works. Does that work? Let's see if it works first before I... Yep, there you go. Travis Hammond, welcome to the Vancouver Canucks. Hey, well, look at that, Tyler Bertuzzi. Todd Bertuzzi's nephew, apparently. We're gonna go ahead and send him a contract. Why not? Make this Vancouver franchise mode a little more interesting. 1 year at 1,950, I guess. That'll work. Anyone else find it weird how this guy kind of looks like Gretzky? Okay, so before I continue into the preseason, before we start testing out lines and whatnot, different pairings and seeing who has chemistry with who, and if our younger guys are ready to play in the NHL, the ones that were down in the AHL. I do want to mention one more comment that was left on the previous upload, and this is the reason why these uploads do take a while, is because I do give you guys a little bit of time to leave a comment, and also I don't have too much time to be creating content, to be honest. Okay, so it comes from Monk Fader, and it says, make a second line like this: left winger Goaltender, center Petterson, right winger Boeser. So Monk Fader, I do want to try this lineup, or this line out, this specific line that you want me to try out. I will try it out, but I don't think it's going to be a second line. I think it'll be more of a first line, if anything. I will try Goaltender out in the preseason on the first line as a left winger, and then if it doesn't work out, then we'll obviously give the position to either Bertuzzi or Evander Kane, depending on who does a better job. I honestly feel like Goaltender will be used as a right winger this year, though. Okay, so simulating up to the first preseason game, I am going to give a bunch of younger guys a chance to prove themselves in the NHL. Plus, I do want to get the ratings on some of these guys, like the exact rating, see if they're NHL ready and see if they're not. Defensemen like Brisbois, Brook, Jet Wu, all these different guys. I want to see what their overalls are and when I think they'll be ready, hopefully. Okay, so a lot of our veteran players are going to be sat out for the first bit of this preseason here. I do want to give the younger guys a chance once again to prove themselves, and I also want to give guys like Levy a chance to try out the top 4 position here. I always like doing this. It makes it seem a little more realistic than the casual just simulating through preseason with the lineup that you think is going to do good. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to switch these lines up, and I will be right back for a slow sim of the game. Okay, so this is the line for the first initial game that we're going to be simulating here against the San Jose Sharks. So we got Goaltender, who was actually drafted by San Jose, by the way. Playing on the left side, Elias Petterson in the middle, Brock Boeser playing on the right side. And now second line, I'm giving Jake Virtanen a chance to prove himself. So go out there, Jake, and do me good there, bud. We got Bo Horvat centering him with Connor Sheary, the free agent pickup, on the left side there. And then Tyler Bertuzzi What a familiar name in Vancouver, eh? So yeah, Tyler Bertuzzi is another free agent we picked up. He was sent to free agency for some reason. He's only 25 years old, so we're gonna give him a chance here in the NHL to play with the Vancouver Canucks. We're gonna try him out on the third line, and then we got Mikko Koivu, and this center depth right here is probably gonna stay like this for the remainder of the season. And that, well, actually that depends on Elias Petterson really. Petterson, we're gonna try him for the preseason. If he does good on the first line, then we're gonna keep him on the first line for the first 10 games. And if he doesn't do good after that, then we're probably gonna let Boeser take the first line for this year here. But other than that, yeah, we're gonna have Mikko Koivu on the third line, who we also picked up at our free agency, and he's a pretty decent player. He's getting up there in age. I do believe he's still capable of handling the NHL. He had 55 points and he was a +7 last year, so I imagine he'd be fairly ready to play for Vancouver here. Okay, so next we have Marco Daniel on the right side. Dillon Cozens on the right side of the fourth line. We're giving him a chance in the NHL. He's 19 years of age, and he was picked 9th overall in the 2019 first round draft. He's a medium top 6 forward, so he's a kind of a decent pickup at the draft. But I mean, like, I was kind of expecting like at least a medium elite, but medium top 6, that's still pretty good, and he seems to be growing well. He's only 19 years old and he's already possibly NHL ready, but we're gonna give him a try here. We have Jonathan Dillon centering the fourth line. We're gonna give him a try. He had let's see, sorry about that. He has fairly decent face-offs. He had 53 points in the AHL last year and 76 games played. He was a +17, so I imagine he should be ready, I hope. If not, we're going to give Goddard a chance there on the fourth line. And then we got Oscar Lindblom, who we're also going to give a tryout on the fourth line here. So these are just minor changes to the lineup here. I imagine Goaltender's going to be playing on the second line on the right side, not the left side, because that's where I've been playing him for the entirety of this simulation, pretty much. Okay, so defensively we got Derek Pouliot on the first pairing. He actually did fairly decent last year. He was a -21, but okay, he actually didn't do good at all. I may have been thinking back to a different tab for some reason there. And then we got Anton Stroman, who is a -19. He had 21 points last season. I imagine he's not going to be on this line. He'll probably be taken on the top 4 position, if anything. We're giving Jeremy Waugh a chance in the top 4 position. I think he had a fairly decent last season. Yeah, he had 20 or 49 points. He was a +23 in 76 games played. I don't know. This one's gonna be a tough one. I imagine. I'd hope that he's NHL ready, to be honest. We also got Yoli or Oli Levy, I think it's how you pronounce his name. We're gonna give him a chance on the top 4 position here. He had a fairly decent last half of the last season in the NHL. He had 3 points and he was a +1 in 31 games played. That's not too bad. I mean, he definitely knows how to shut it down. Let's hope he can bring some offensive play this season, either on the top 4 position or top 6. And I think it's going to be on the top 6 pair, but we're going to give younger guys a chance here to prove their worth also, like William Brisbois and Troy Stecher here. Lastly, for this first game, we're going to try out Charlie Lindgren and Markstrom, and we're going to try these two out for basically the whole preseason. Thatcher Demko will play the last game, but we're going to see who has a better save percentage and who really deserves the backup position this year. Okay, so we're gonna do the simulation here for the first game, but before I do that, I want to mention that after this preseason here, I am gonna stop the upload, and I'm gonna kind of let you guys decide whether I put whatever player in which position. So I'm gonna try a bunch of different lines here and different pairings. I want to see who works with who best and whatnot, and where to put different players. But I'm going to kind of let you guys in the comment section below decide whether who gets to play and who doesn't get to play and who plays with who, basically. So that's the reason I'm going to stop it after this preseason. Also, I've been talking for quite a bit, so my voice is getting a little bit dry, to be honest. I also don't want to extend these videos out too long because I want to try to stay popping these videos out a lot more frequently than I do, to be honest, because like I do give it some time for people to comment, but like I don't know, I feel like I can produce a lot more content more quickly than the way I have been producing it. But anyways, let's jump back into this upload. Let's start the simulation right now. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and go to our goalies. Lindgren, Markstrom. We need to give Charlie Lindgren a chance. Charlie boy. Okay, so simulation of the first preseason game here against the San Jose Sharks. First period, we have Jeremy Waugh who gets on the board there. He's playing on the top 4 position currently in the preseason. And then we got Marco Dano who's playing on the 3rd line. Surprise, wow. Second period, nothing happens. Charlie Lindgren holds the cage pretty tight. Third period, Bo Horvat. Wow, what a game. An absolute amazing game. I think the sentiment or the center depth had something to do with the reason why we didn't really get scored on. Props to them. Charlie Lindgren making the saves also. I mean, gotta give him props also. First star. And then Jeremy Waugh at a B. Okay, for the next game, the only thing I really changed this time is I put Sven Bertuzzi on the first line with Elias Petterson, Brock Boeser, and then we have Conor Sheary still on the second line with Bo Horvat, and this time we have Nikolai Goldman taking on the second line. And I've scratched Jake Rattan. He was a +1, but he didn't really produce any points. So we're going to give Michael Dano another chance on the 3rd line. If it doesn't turn out, we'll also give Dillon Cozens, or Dillon Cozens, however you pronounce his name, a chance on the 4th line there. And we will see who deserves to stay and whatnot. But that's the only difference I really made with Sven Bertuzzi and Goldman. We had a pretty good game last game, so I'm hoping we can continue up the pace. Okay, so Vancouver and LA. And we are in Vancouver, so it should be a pretty decent game, I hope. So first period, nothing happens. Jacob Markstrom holds the cage very well. Second period, Elias Petterson gets on the board, so he's getting a chance on the first line in the preseason, and he seems to be coming up big there. Third period, we got Marco Dano and William Brisbois, who beats Jonathan Quick. Decent game. Decent. Look at the 3 stars. So Markstrom, he also shut out the other team. And then Stroman got 2 assists. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's what I expect. And then Elias Petterson got a goal, so we got the 3rd star. That's exciting stuff there. Okay, my dudes, so the 3rd game coming up here, we're going to keep the lines pretty much the same for the forwards, other than the change of Tyler Mott on the 4th line, because Lindblom wasn't really doing much for the preseason. That's basically the change for the forwards, but going to the defense, I kept the defense basically the same also, except I put Ben Heightened over Pouliot, and this is just to test out who handles the top pairing there better, and who is more poised to take on that position. And then once again, we're gonna give Lindgren a chance in the netminder, and those two goaltenders will continue to duel it out. You know what? Because we're versing Calgary, I've decided to give Hammond a chance on the top pairing here, and we're gonna see how he does in his return to Calgary in the preseason. So Calgary Flames, the rivalry between Vancouver and the Calgary Flames. What an amazing rivalry. Let's go ahead and get this game simulated there. So first period, that's a bunch of crap that happened there, but we're not interested into that. Second period, the first goal comes from Dillon. He is getting a chance for Calgary there in the preseason, and he absolutely puts it away on Markstrom. Second period, Marco Dano scores and Brock Boeser. So there you have it. I actually want to see if Hammond had anything to do with any of that, and he actually didn't. What was his stats? I don't know why I'm so interested into this. I have no idea why. Minus. Hammond, he did pretty decent actually. He did his job, that's for sure. Okay, dude, so as we get closer to the actual season, or the end of preseason, because that's basically going to be when I end this upload here, the lines are starting to look more realistic, and they're starting to look more official than when we started this preseason out. But what we have here for the first line is Evander Kane, Elias, Petterson, and Brock Boeser. Second line will be Sven Berchi, Bo Horvat, and Nikolai Goldobin. I imagine this is going to be the two top lines that we have. The only change I can think that will probably happen if Elias Petterson doesn't work out is Bo Horvat on the first line. So third line, we got Karnashiri, Miku Koivu, and Marco Dano. And the reason I'm still playing Marco Dano is because he's doing good on the third line at the moment. He has 3 goals and he's a +2. I want to continue trying him out on that third line. Fourth line, we got Tyler Bertuzzi. We're still using Jonathan Dillon. He has an assist, and he may be NHL ready. You never really know. He has really good face-offs. And then Cozens. I'll say we're gonna pronounce it as Cozens. Yeah, Cozens. Cozens. We have him on the fourth line there. We're gonna continue to look at him for a little bit before we decide to put Jake Virtanen in there once again. Defensively, we're gonna take Levy just for now. We're gonna try out Weston Skinner. He's a medium elite potential player. I'm just trying to get his potential, really. Well, not his potential. I already know it's medium elite because we had him last year. But I'm trying to see if he's getting closer to being NHL ready. And this way I can tell if I should trade him because he might turn out to be a bust, or if I keep him. Okay, so once again, Lindgren is in the netminder at the moment. He had a shutout his first game, and then Markstrom had a shutout. Well, Markstrom had a shutout the first game, Lindgren had a shutout the next game, and then Markstrom lost 3-2 in Calgary there. We are going to actually, before I do anything else, I want to check one more thing. I think I'm going to keep Hammond up there. I think so. His overall, I think, is better than Stroman, so it makes sense to keep Hammond up on that first pairing. And that's why we have Derek Pouliot up there, is because I want to try an offensive-minded defenseman, someone who can move the puck with shutdown defenseman. So let's go ahead and let's simulate this game. Let's see if Lindgren has the capability of doing better than Markstrom. So goals for none in the first period. 2 apiece for each team here. Tyrati beats Lindgren. from our crazy distance. Marco Dano jumps into the slot, sends her home. Pouliot scores from the middle of the right-handed circle. And then Brock Boeser does basically the same, except he does it from the very edge of the circle. Third period, nothing happens. OT, nothing happens. Shootout, Leon Draisaitl puts it away, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so we didn't do too many major changes to the lineup. We're gonna put Jake Virtanen on the third line. I know Dano's been doing incredible. He has the most points, the most goals for the preseason, but we're gonna give Jake Virtanen a chance. I'm also gonna give Hopkins a chance. I kind of forgot that we chose this guy 9th overall this last draft here, so we're gonna give him a chance. He has 79 speed, and his poise isn't very good, nor is his defense awareness, but you never know. He might do fairly decent at the NHL level. If not, if he doesn't do good for the first game here that he plays, tough luck. We'll put him back down in the lower leagues, and we'll give Cozens another chance here. Lastly, we're going to figure out which one of these top 4 pairings does better and who deserves to be on the top line. And then I'm also trying Levy out with Stecher first, because Stecher's been doing good in the top 6 position. If that doesn't work out, then we'll give Wah a try, and it'll most likely be Wah playing with them. And I think I'm done checking out Brisbois at the moment. He did do fairly decent for the preseason, but let's be honest, Levy is our top defensive prospect at the moment. We're more than likely going to use Levy. No, we are going to use Levy. What am I talking about? Okay, so Markstrom again in the net minor. I don't know why Dano is scratched once again. He's been absolutely magnificent, but you know, that's the way preseason works. We got to give everyone a chance here. But let's jump into this simulation here, and let's see how well we do. So first period, nothing to show for. Second period, Evander Kane gets on the board. Welcome to Vancouver, Evander Kane. Welcome home. Welcome home. And then third period, Elias Petterson scores. And then Gravelvac beats Jacob Markstrom. So that's how that game went. We're going to see who set up who. So Evander Kane and Elias Petterson are showing a bit of chemistry here. That's a good thing. Early in the preseason, that's a very good thing. It means more than likely Elias Pettersson is going to stay on the first line for the remainder of the season. Okay, so this is the final game for the backup position. We're going to play Lindgren one more time here. We're going to figure out who deserves the backup position here in Vancouver. First period, Ben Hutton scores. And then Brandon Martor gets Anaheim on the board. And then Bo Horvat will score on Campbell. Second period, Jake Virtanen gets a goal from a crazy distance. Evander Kane gets Vancouver up on the board. The homegrown, well not homegrown, the hometown boy. Third period, one more goal from Antoine Stroman to seal the deal. So that's basically what happened. Ben Hutton from Connie Sheary and Jake Virtanen. Or Horvat from Godobin and Hutton. Virtanen from Pouliot. Kane from Boeser and Petterson. And then Stroman from Birchie and Horvat. These lines are looking pretty awesome so far. I'm liking it. Vancouver stats. I actually want to quickly see how our 9th overall pick did here. He had 12 minutes and 25 seconds of ice time. He had 1 shot on net in that amount of time. He had 1 hit. He took 1 face off and he won it. So yeah, that happened. Continue. Okay, so moving on from there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to edit lines. We are going to look at our goalies. And who did better? Well, surprise, surprise. Charlie Lindgren did better than Jacob Markstrom. So we're going to use Charlie Lindgren. It's a done deal. Jacob Markstrom will be sent down to the AHL for conditioning or whatever you want to call it. We're going to go ahead and go to goalies. Markstrom, sadly, will be sent down to play in the AHL. And then, was anyone else that we needed to get from the AHL? I don't think so. Sutter, we do want to bring Sutter up. And then we're going to send down, not Gaudette, maybe Tyler Mott. Yeah, Tyler Mott. Yeah, we'll send down Tyler Mott. Go like that. Go to edit lines. And we're just going to go to, whoopsies. Oh, goalies, of course. Demko in the netminder. And then down here, we're just going to go to best lines, like so. And there you have it. Okay, so because I gave Salas Hopkins 2 games to kind of prove his worth in the NHL, he kind of hasn't shown me any reason to keep him here. I mean, he has been poised enough not to let any goals in on his line, but he also hasn't really been producing anything. I mean, he doesn't even have any penalty minutes, so that kind of shows where his game is at the moment. We're going to keep him down in the AHL for the start of this year, and we're going to see how well he does down there. I'm going to slot in Marco Dano, who did an amazing job in the preseason here. And then, other than that, that's basically it. This is pretty much our lineup coming to the regular season. Let's go ahead and send down Silas. Okay, so this is the official and final lineup for the Vancouver Canucks here. As you can tell, Goaltender is no longer a second line potential or second line forward as he was last year. But we're going to continue to use him in that spot because he is a +1 at the moment. I mean, we could try out Virtanen though. That could be an option, but he only had 30 points last season and he was -4. Whereas Goaltender, he kind of has an idea on how to produce points because he had 42 points last season, but he was a -18, so that's kind of a thing right there. But yeah, other than that, this is going to be more than likely the official lineup come opening night for the Vancouver Canucks. If you want me to change any of this, remember to leave a comment below and I'll be sure to mention that comment in the next upload and to also see if I agree with that comment or not. Defensive wise, we have Pouliot, who will be on the first line with or the first pairing with Travis Hamonic. These guys seem to be the best defensive pairing in the preseason. Ben Hutton will take on the second pairing with Antoine Stroman. They seem to be a very good pairing themselves. Levy will play with Jeremy Waugh, and then Scratch will have Stecher and Brandon Sutter, just in case Gaudette isn't living up to his potential in the preseason here. Koivu will play the third line. If he doesn't do well, we will put Brandon Sutter in. AHL wise, this is our AHL team so far. If I go to best lines and quickly change this to Seal because Seal is a low elite. Banix to Nick Henry, I guess. That works. Defensive wise, Brisbois, Brook, Wu, Lovejoy, Jesse Graham, and Elias. I think we have, yeah, kind of as I thought. Okay, so Pellick and Skinner will play on this bottom pairing here. And I really like Rocky, or this name right here. Check it out. Rocky Pellick. Now imagine that guy scoring for Vancouver at some point, or being on the NHL roster. I like that name, Rocky Pellick. Definitely going to try to grow this character here. Markstrom, Michael DiPietro. this is the lineup in the AHL. If you want me to make any signings or trades to improve the AHL roster, because it looks like we might have to do that, let me know in the comments. Anything, any suggestions, I take into consideration. So don't forget to comment. And yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and simulate this game now. We are versing the Arizona Coyotes. I think getting a right-hander for the second line would have been a good idea. I mean, like maybe a playmaker or something like that. Someone who can sauce a puck over for Bo Horvat and Sven Berchi, but I think we'll do fairly good with Goaltender there. If not, we'll put in Jake Virtanen to relieve him. And if that doesn't work out, then we may be in for another rebuilding year, but I highly doubt it. Looking at the lineups at the moment, they seem to be meshing pretty well. So let's go ahead and simulate this game, the final game for this upload. And I'll let you guys decide on what we do in the next upload. So first period, Jake Virtanen gets on the board for the third line. Second period, Tyler Bertuzzi scores for Vancouver. The Bertuzzi name coming in strong there, I guess. Okay, third period, Evander Kane gets on the board. So 3-2 we win. Alex Galchenyuk gets one on the board for Arizona there. The 3 stars would be Thatcher Demko for the first, Evander Kane for the second star, and then OEL for the third star there. Fairly decent. Okay, so like I said, basically the official roster here. Other than the changes you guys want me to make, this is basically the official roster. I am going to go ahead and simulate to the first game. I'm not going to simulate the first game. I'm just going to simulate there just to see where everyone stands potential-wise and overall-wise. So, okay. The only people we have scratch at the moment are Sutter and Stecher, just in case we got to put those guys in for defense or forward injury-wise. Okay, we're just going to press OK. And as you can tell, Evander Kane was the leading scorer in the preseason, which he should be, considering he's on the first line. Okay, so edit lines. We have Kane, Petterson. He still is second line potential, but he might change. Goaltender, Horvat. These are pretty much the overalls, the official overall ratings for these characters here. Heightened, Levy, Demko, he's 86 overall. Lindgren. So yeah, that's how it's looking. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so the first game is against Montreal. We're not going to simulate it, like I said. This is pretty much it for this upload here. This is a really weird game. I'd imagine like Vancouver versing like Calgary or something for the first game, but nonetheless, when we're versing Montreal, fairly decent and defensive team. Perfect team to test out our offensive capabilities here. But nonetheless, thanks for watching this upload. I know it was a fairly long upload, this one. If you have any suggestions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like if you made it this far into the upload. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because I come out with content regularly. I don't come out with content daily, although I try to. But I do come out with content as much as I can. But yeah, other than that, this has been Staxers. Thanks for watching. Peace out, dudes.